Oh, goodness. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome in. It is Wednesday evening, 8:30. I see Local Life Outdoors is in the house. Welcome on in. Or he stopped in earlier. I don't know what that is. We speak English in this live stream. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I don't suspect it's anything too bad, but yeah, if you want to join in the chat, let's do it in English. I'll leave that for now, but if we see more of that, we will we'll take swift action. Wednesday night live stream. I don't have a whole lot of administrative stuff or news and notes and all that fun stuff. I was hoping. I think I mentioned last week that I won a free muskie bait, and I was hoping it would come in, and it did not. I wanted to show it off, but life happens. People have kids and families and all that fun stuff. So I'm sure it'll come eventually. Who knows? But I don't have that, so I'm not able to share that with you. I got out this past weekend a little bit of scouting / shed hunting. I got into an area that I'd never been in. I saw a ton of deer sign. I did not see a ton of buck sign. So, John Gunner Outdoors, welcome in. We got Railroader Outdoors and more, and I know exactly what he said. And I know why he typed it that way, because he's trying to not get banned from YouTube. Oh, man. What is this? Now that the dog's all upset. I don't know. I might just let her whine there for a few minutes and we'll see what happens. How's everyone doing tonight? I figured we kind of, I came up with the theme kind of on the spur of the moment, just to chit chat about video editing. Yeah, one starts with an F, huh? But the just some basics, and it doesn't even if whether you have experience editing, whether you do simplified editing, whether you do advanced editing, maybe it could be something as simple as what you like to see in a video. Do you like to see a lot of jump cuts where there's footage of a scene for 3 or 5 seconds and then it jumps to a new scene and it jumps to a new scene and it jumps to a new scene, and then they splice in a little bit of action, and realistically, in a 10-minute video you get 30 seconds of action and then just a lot of redirection. It doesn't take much. A 90-second intro and a 90-second outro is 3 minutes. So if you can scratch out 60 seconds of action, catching some bass in a pond or whatever you're doing, catching some crappie, catch something, scratch out 60 seconds worth of action. Now you've got 4 minutes of a video. If you can get creative and add in some B-roll, you'll end up with 6-7 minute video. Or if you're really wordy, your intro is 3 minutes and your outro is 4 minutes. So right there, 7 minutes. I'm trying to get away from that. Local Life Outdoors, they're just being goofballs is what's happening. Especially Railroader Outdoors. He's a good friend of mine. Just got off work and decided to check things out. Hey, man, that's cool. Welcome on in. Glad to have you. We are glad to have you. I don't know if I need to sit up higher if I'm going to highlight comments or what. I feel like I used to hold them lower. Unless it's my scroll banner that's getting in the way. That could be the case. But if you get a chance, I'm going to take this comment off here for a second. Go and check out these, and now we're at the end of it. It's coming back around. Go and check out these channels right here in the scroll banner. My channel is getting there, and then these channels are getting close too. Make It, Take It Outdoors. That's my friend Dave. John at Minute on the Mountain is awesome. Tom Celtic and Everything Outdoors. He covers a wide range. We got City Sticker Chris. He's a deer hunting extraordinaire. John Euler Outdoors has some hunting and some catfishing. Judith and Dan Davis are amazing trappers down in Louisiana and Mississippi. Well, one of those. And then Laura the Explorer does some awesome catfishing. So check those out. They're all they're either getting close to 1,000 or they've got it in their long range sites. Under 15 minutes sometimes, unless real good. And then all of it. Yeah, John, you make a great point. I think that's a little bit of a rule of thumb with YouTube. Is it's a good idea to keep your videos at 20 or less. I don't really have too many that go that long. Pennsylvania Fishing in the house. Welcome in. Welcome in. A new up-and-coming channel that is going to be a superstar. I actually shoot for kind of that 6 to 10 minute range. If I ever get over the hump here and hit 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours and get monetized, I'm probably going to try to push my videos closer to that 10, 12 minute mark if I can. Some of them it's easier to do than others. I'm really trying to work on my B-roll game. And, spending a weekend, an extended weekend filming up in Northwest Ohio with CJ from Shit Happens. He helped me to kind of think about how to put those things together. And I'm actually been learning a lot more about shot sequences and not just B-roll, but shot sequences. Like if I'm going to have a shot of me talking, let's say in my intro, I could actually break that into like 3 different camera angles. There could be a far out, an up close, and then an off to the side. That's far better than just setting the camera in one spot and me talking for 90 seconds. So shot sequences, that's a good thing to interject into your editing. I've also started to try to take notes about what I think I might like to add for B-roll so that I think about it when I'm out there fishing or hunting or scouting or whatever I'm doing. If you're not thinking about it, then a lot of times what I'll do is I'll go out and I'll film a fishing video and I'll get home and I'll be like, I wish I would have filmed some B-roll of the geese, or I wish I would have filmed B-roll of the wake boat that, just about swamped me, or, whatever the case may be. And a lot of times B-roll, you might plan that out. Like in my mind, I want to get B-roll of this crankbait, swimming in the water so people can see what it looks like. But don't be locked into, I'm going to do ABC. I'm going to do ABC and that's it. And when I say ABC, really, I mean like all of your plans. You might plan 20 different things for B-roll. So you head out to the lake and you're going to film this and you're going to film that and you're going to film this. But there could be other things that crop up that are specific to that fishing trip. You know, maybe some bass boat cuts you off as you're going down a bank and fishing it, and you might want to film that and say, look at what this guy did. And here I am rambling on. I got Mark J. Larson, my brother. He's in the house. Welcome in. We got Greg from Geo Outdoors. Welcome in. Welcome in. Ted from Off the Hook Outdoors. Good buddy of mine. Come on in. Come on in. Yeah, and there's a lot to that, Ted. It's proven that those scene breaks help tremendously with viewer retention. And I get what you're saying. Some people overdo it. You don't want to, I guess in a fishing video, you wouldn't want a scene break every 10 seconds. It would get too choppy. I remember seeing a video that I thought was ridiculous because it was jump cut, jump cut, jump cut, jump cut, jump cut, jump cut, and the title was misleading. But I got to like near the end of it, and it was like a 4.5-5 minute video, and I realized it was a highlight reel. But the title didn't tell us that, and neither did the thumbnail. I just went into this thinking, why does this guy keep jump cutting and jump cutting and jump cutting and jump? I'm like, can you just settle down and tell us what's going on? And then I figured it out. It was a highlight reel, so it made a little bit more sense for a highlight reel. Ugly Dog Lures, Charlie. Welcome on in, Charlie. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm sure the river could get a little rowdy and crazy at times. I'm in Ohio, and man, we got so much fishing pressure on our lakes, and then we got so many pleasure boaters. I call them water bugs because they buzz around the lake, right? Buzz, 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 buzz. So, you know. But you do want to break up your scene in a video if you can help it. Now, if you're shooting a video where you're fishing and then maybe the action is pretty fast, you probably don't need to break the scene. You can just keep it going. You know, maybe you're catching crappie left and right. Just keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it rolling. Let people see your reactions and hear what you're saying and all those things. Tina Ladybug is in the house. Welcome in. Welcome in. But, you know, obviously anytime you're fishing, there's usually going to be some slower periods. So you're going to cut a lot of that out anyway. So that's where you look to put in some B-roll. Maybe you do a transition from one scene to the next. I've used that editing tool where it's a swipe or it's maybe it's a blend where the screen just kind of blurs and then the next scene is shown. But golly's keeping it real. Come on in. Welcome in. Yes, Pennsylvania Fishing. Thank you. Thank you for putting that reminder out there. Let's all hit that thumbs up. If you guys want to share it out, I certainly would appreciate that. I am making a big push. I'm over that 950 mark. I'm pretty sure I've gotten a lot of genuine comments. So in the last 2 days, so I think these are going to stick. I sure hope I don't wake up tomorrow and YouTube decided to take 4 or 5 more of them away, but I don't think that's going to happen. I've seen a lot of genuine comments, and it looks like I've gained some supporters. That's what Boxy says from Todd from Boxy Outdoors. He says, we want supporters. My hunting video preview. Yeah. And, you know, some of that is good and some of it is fun. I guess there's places in videos where editing is a useful tool, and there's places in videos where editing is more of a fun, creative way for us as creators to kind of jazz up the footage. On a highlight reel, that's a good thing, a good place to interject some advanced editing, I think. Or like you mentioned, your preview video. That's a great place to do some of those scene transitions. One that it's a special effects scene transition that I haven't figured out. I'm sure that my software can do this, but I haven't figured it out. And it's one of my favorite scene changes. It's where the scene on the screen like freezes, and then it's like it blows away in the wind. It like does a little wavy little. It's gone. I'd really like to use that one sometime in the future, but I haven't figured it out. Woman Outdoors is in the house from Northeast Ohio. Welcome in. Welcome in. I hope you're doing well. So, yeah, I mean, as I was saying, there's times in a video where a scene break is appropriate and it's an editing tool that we should use. And then there's other times that we're just being creative and we want to see how we can use our editing or learn more and newer editing techniques to kind of jazz up the footage. And you know what I found? This is my personal experience from 2 years of doing YouTube and trying different stuff and seeing what I like as a video creator and seeing what works. But we got Matt from Creel, Florida living. Welcome in, welcome in. Or wait, I said Matt and I was thinking of someone else. I apologize. We got Creel, Florida living. Welcome in, welcome in. Hey, at least I didn't call you Keith. If you follow Crankin' and Yankin', you sure don't want to call him Keith. Oh, man. Mark's internet's giving him fits. So that's cool. That's cool. If watch what you can, but if it's not going to stick, it's not going to stick. That's cool. Book Hollies. Yeah. Where's John from Small Water Charters? Is he taking a nap or what? As I was getting ready to say, though, some of the videos that I have produced where I have put the most creative editing into them, and I thought that they were really, really fun to put together. And as I watched it, I thought, that's I love the flow of it and the editing effects. It looks fantastic. They just don't do very well at all. For example, my 2021 highlight reel, I put some extra editing into that and some creativity into that, and I thought it would do great. And it only has like 150 views. What are you gonna do? And then my shed hunting, I put a little bit of editing effort into that, not a lot, but it's nothing fancy, and I didn't find any sheds, but I kind of a keeping it real style of video, and man, it's doing great. It's got like 800, 900 views in like a month. I don't even think it's been up for a month, in 2 weeks. I don't know. Cecilia, welcome in, welcome in. Raven Cat Homestead, Cecilia, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well this evening. I think most of us that are creators and we put videos out, we whatever software we use, we've learned the basic cut and combine, right? So Carter's Custom Lures, welcome on in. So let's say you go fishing, and let's say you don't film the whole time. Let's say you film for simple math. You film for 10 minutes. You caught 2 fish. So you're gonna film your intro. You're gonna have footage of those 2 fish being caught. You're gonna film your outro. So you're just gonna cut out all the dead spots, right? And then just slap them together. Slap the other footage together. There'll be no transitions from one scene to the next, and you just put it together as a video, and you're done. You export it and you upload it. There's John from Small Water Charters. Welcome on in. Welcome on in. Yeah, I don't know, Creel. That's a good point. Cut out a lot of the ums and buts and well, there's times that I don't want that in there, and there's times that I leave it. It just kind of depends on where I'm at in the video, or what type of video. If I'm out on the boat and I'm fishing and I'm catching fish, or it's a break in the action and I'm thinking about what I want to say, or, then I might be like, well, dang it, man, that jig I was killing the fish on got snagged, and now I got to come up with a plan B. I don't know what to tie on next. In that situation, I don't mind having the or the well, that unsure of what to say. In that moment, I'm okay with it. But if I were filming a product review video, I don't think I'd want a lot of those. I would edit those out. John, how was the bite today? You guys were slaying the slabs again, knocking the snot out of them crappies, haven't you been? I'm anxious for us to get our soft water season going. I've been kind of chomping at the bit a little bit here. Rob took them all in there. Nice. Well, I didn't know you guys had Rob out there with you today. Over 14 inches. Wow, that's awesome. 2 thumbs up for that. I'll be looking forward to seeing that video. Now, them with the sumo slab crappie. Now, John, are your fish post spawn? Are they getting skinnier or what? Or are they still belly full of eggs and all that good stuff? My spring crappie, I usually catch them. They haven't done it yet. They're still pretty big bellies, but I don't know where you guys are at in your spawn down there. I don't know if you guys have Muskrat Adventures, but I saw Roger was out fishing for catfish today down near Cincinnati, tributary of the Ohio. They was fishing the Licking River. They caught a few blue cat. Oh, you caught both full and empty? Then you must be kind of right in the middle of it. Some have done it and some haven't. That's cool. Oh, wow. I know John on his editing, he loves to get the music in there. And he also likes to kind of have a theme around his fishing day. And then if he can get that music to match that theme and he'll just play that throughout the whole video. I mean, that's kind of a neat, that's his flavor of video, and I kind of like that. It's kind of created an expectation when I watch a small water charters videos. I know what I'm going to get. Oh wow! Fire away, woman outdoors. I don't know if there are any experts here. I certainly am not one, but I'm happy to share whatever knowledge or experience I have. Fire away. Oh, John Gunner, you're going to put a little bit more emphasis on the walleyes this spring, huh? That's cool. I say I'm going to put emphasis on the saw guy every spring, but I don't know if I will. Over some videos, it plays a preview and some don't. That doesn't really have a whole lot to do with the editing, but I think it's more to do with the YouTube and they determine that. I'm not sure. Check us on YouTube. Cool. I'm not sure why that is that some do and some don't. Oh, of your own specific, some of them will preview and some of them won't. I don't think it's any kind of a button that we get to choose. I think that's just YouTube deciding they'll preview some of them and they won't preview some of them. I'm not sure what triggers that. Hit it with a hammer. That's fantastic. You know, one thing I would like to figure out is the shorts shelf. Why is it that they randomly take a video and push it out to 3,000 or 8,000 or 10,000 people? And I promise you, I've looked at the metrics. I've got shorts that have awesome metrics and haven't been pushed out. And I've got one or two shorts that have terrible metrics and they pushed it out to 3,000 people. Not because of the metric. They just randomly selected that video and pushed it out. That's a little bit annoying. And I've looked at other people's channels and it feels like the trend is the same. They just randomly took one and they pushed it out. I believe for the regular videos, YouTube has the algorithm kind of sort of figured out. Most of what you see performance-wise on your regular length videos is performance-driven for the most part. Could be audience-driven too. If you take a combination of the two, there's a rhyme and there's a reason to why a full-length video or a standard-length video does well on YouTube or does not. But when it comes to the shorts, they haven't figured any of that out. And it's a little bit annoying. Well, you did. Of your own stuff or of mine? Check it out. I don't know who your friend is here, but oh, is that your son? For a minute, it looked like a grown adult. Good stuff, Ted. Good stuff. And I feel like all of our crappie videos. That's good, John. That's good. Yeah, the Ted, what you sent me, I like that, and I noticed that you're really starting to kind of dial that in, where you're getting the music creates that mood that you're looking for, and your cuts are good, and you've got a little bit of transition in there, and it's a nice blend, and it creates a flow to the video. And you even had a little bit of scene sequences in there. That's what you're looking for ultimately on any video that you would create, is you want some flow. You want a little bit of scene break, a little bit of editing magic in there, and you want the video to flow. If it's just cut, it might not have flow. If you're putting in editing everywhere, and every trick in the book you're just throwing at it, people get a little bit overwhelmed. And I've watched videos where it's like, geez, this doesn't work for me. And then I've also seen videos by, let's just say, someone that's easy to look at. It could be a handsome man, or it could be an attractive young lady, and they break all the rules. They break all the rules. They sit there and jibber jabber, blah, 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 for 7 minutes, and there's no action. And then and there's no scene breaks or anything. And then you finally get to the action. And the only reason they get away with that is because they look good. Well, what are you going to do? I have a face that was made for radio, and I'm trying to build my YouTube channel into something. One of these days, I will have 1,000 subscribers, 1,000 supporters. We do the boxy rules here, right? Genuine comment, hit the thumbs up, go to the next video, watch till the end, do those things to make the support stick. We want it to stick. Oh, you passing out pictures of Rob's big slab crappie, the sumo slab. Charlie's editing tool is Melissa. Well, the rest of us don't have one of those, Charlie. Some of us got to figure this stuff out for ourselves. As far as software, I use DaVinci Resolve, same as John. And I use the free version of DaVinci Resolve. I mean, it's pretty, what's the word I'm looking for? Elaborate. There's a ton of things on there that you can do. Very complex. In fact, there's a learning curve with it. I had to, seem like every time I was editing in a video about 2 years ago, or whenever I really got serious, I was going to YouTube and, searching, how do I do this? How do I do that? Resolve is easy. It is now, but it took a little. There's a learning curve with it. I mean, if you have no experience or exposure to videography and editing a video, there's a pretty good learning curve to it. I would guess that there are video editing programs out there, software programs out there that are a little bit more user friendly. But if you stick your nose in there and you play with it, you can figure it out. You can figure it out. I wouldn't call it easy. It's not. It's not too bad. Oh man, them are nice. Good Lord. Sumo slabs. Very nice. Very nice. I don't think that one will show up too well, but I'll put the one on screen there for you, John. We can get my ugly mug off here. Let's see how that does. There's Rob's Sumo slabs. I don't know if that's glare or I think it showed up. Hey, thanks for coming in, Carter's Custom Lures. Have a good night. I did. I showed the picture. I had it up there for a minute. Yeah, I've gotten a lot faster with it. I like to see that. I like to see that. Hook sets. Yeah, I mean, Greg, by intro, do you mean an intro, like a channel intro, or do you mean a video intro? Because I still feel that a video intro is useful. Take just a minute or so to explain what the video is about, what you're going to be showing. I mean, if you're going to be ice fishing, tell them that, hey, I'm out here on Lake X, and we're going to be ice fishing. We're going to be in 12 feet of water targeting crappies and perch and any other panfish that will bite our little, we brought some mousies or waxies or whatever, just a simple little, this is what we're doing. But I haven't had a channel intro in my videos for over a year and a half. I stopped putting that in there. In fact, I moved it to, it's on my landing page. If you go to my channel, I've got that little trailer on my landing page. That used to be the intro for my videos, but I think it's 37 seconds. I was like, that's got to go. That does not need to be in there. And I know some people use a channel intro that's super short. It's like 4 to 6 seconds. It's just kind of a branding intro type of a thing. And those are fine. I can usually sit through those. James, cranking and yanking, welcome in. And yeah, Ted, I use DaVinci Resolve. I like DaVinci Resolve. Now that I've learned it, I feel pretty good about it. Greenwell Fishing is in the house. Welcome in, welcome in. Special shout out to Cecilia, Raven Cat Homestead Cecilia. She is does an awesome job moderating in my live streams, sharing links and doing those things. I know that there's some other moderators in here. Feel free to share links. Smallwater Charters, and Ted from Off the Hook. If you got, I don't know if I made Mark a moderator or not. But he said he was having trouble with his internet, so if he's fighting that, he might not want to try to post links. But you guys are more than welcome to post links. One thing that I'd like to talk about when it comes to video editing, it's a little bit of a, how long do you think a video intro should be? A video intro, realistically, it can be as long as it needs to be. For example, if you have a very specific fishing trip targeting a specific species, that's pretty cut and dry. We're at Lake X. We're going to be fishing in 10 to 15 feet of water. We're targeting crappies. We'll probably catch a mix of white and black crappie. That's what this lake has. We'll be using jigs, and we'll be vertical jigging mostly, targeting, brush and that sort of thing. And it could be as short as 30 seconds, 40 seconds. But you could be doing something really complex. Maybe you are trolling and you're hoping to catch multiple species. You're targeting crappies and sawguys and walleyes and trout and whatever else. That intro for the video might take longer because you're going to be explaining a little bit more of your technique and a little bit more of the different types of fish you could catch, and it might be a little bit longer. I don't think there's any cut and dry rule that a video intro, just telling what this video is going to be about, it can be shorter, it can be a little bit longer. I've had my video intros where it was 2 sentences. Hey, today I'm doing a review of this particular camera. And then, bam, B-roll of the camera itself. Live More Outdoors is in the house. Welcome in. Welcome in. It's great to have you. We got Pops popping in. See Alan Coheiser. Hello, Dad. Yeah, and John, you make a great point. A good intro. Not one where you're blabbing for 4 minutes and the camera angle doesn't ever change and you're just blah 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 blah. Yeah, you want that to be concise as possible. And if it's a complex thing, it might take 2 minutes to explain what your video is about today. The Creek Crawler, welcome in. Welcome in. It's good to have you. I don't know, for the folks that may or may not know, the Creek Crawler is a young gentleman from Southern Ohio that does predominantly bank fishing. I think he does do some kayak fishing, but he is a heck of a fisherman, man. He catches tons of big smallmouth bass. Some of the biggest smallmouth bass that swim in Ohio's creeks and rivers. He finds them and he catches them. He's won tournaments, all bank fishing. My hat's off to you, young man. You are a heck of a fisherman, and you've got a pretty good YouTube channel as well. You do pretty good on the smallmouth bass and saugeye and just about anything that swims in a creek or river, you're pretty good at catching it. And I think you even did pretty well at Alum Creek Reservoir. So, even being thrust onto a lake with your kayak, you did pretty good too. Your blah blahs and your ha-has. That's fantastic. Anyway, one of the things I wanted to get to, one of my big pet peeves when I'm watching a video is slow-mo footage. When people slow down the footage to get that cool slow-mo effect, and they do not modify the audio. So you get that wah, wah, wah sound effect. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No. Oh, I hate it. Oh, John, you taking off? See ya. Have a good one. But yeah, oh my goodness. When people put slow motion, go into a clip, you're going to cut it in front and back. It's a 5 seconds, 6 seconds, 8 seconds, whatever. And they change the speed to give it that slow-mo effect, and they don't kill the volume. You got to kill the volume on that. You've got to. Well, for me, it's pretty simple. In DaVinci Resolve, we get a video bar and an audio bar. So when I make my cut, and the bars they're joined, I can unjoin them or I can keep them joined. When I'm doing my initial edits, cuts and stuff, I'll cut the beginning and I'll cut the end, and we'll call it a 5 second clip. Well, then I'm going to click on the video bar and I'm going to go in to change the speed of the clip. So I can change it I can change it by percentage, or I can change it by frames per second. I've used both. Sometimes I use percentage. I'll drop it down to 40%. Sometimes if I shot a video at 30 frames per second, I'll drop it down to, say, 18. I'll use a specific, whatever. But then I can go into the audio bar and I can grab the volume and slide it down to 0. James, man, I'm fired up. Yeah, you want to kill the volume. You can leave it silent. You can add music to that clip, or you could even use a sound effect. If it's a bass jumping out of the water, you could probably go find a water splashing sound effect and then drop that down in over your sound bar after you change the speed. And then you'll have a really crisp, clean slow-mo with beautiful sound to it. The audio and video bar are separate. Well, you should still be able to make that edit work. You should still be able to modify both the video and the audio. Fishing Local 336, welcome on in. I hope you're doing well tonight. I hope you're doing well. You know, I was going to make that point, James. That was going to be the next point that I was going to make, and I was going to use a slightly different example, but there are a few occasions where the original audio might be worth keeping. The example I'll give you is let's say you got a little kid fishing with you, your grandson or your son, or it's a little kid, and he hooks into a bass, right? And he's reeling it in, and he gets it right beside the bank or right in front of the boat. It's right in front of him, and it jumps, and he goes, "Oh, oh, oh!" Like he's real excited, right? And you want to create that slow-mo effect because the video piece of that is going to be really, really, really cool looking. You really don't have to change the audio in that example because people will still be able to know what he's saying. You know, it'll translate into the whoa, whoa, whoa. You know, the sound will be distorted, but people will know what's being said. You know, and it's a precious moment for the young boy. And if you capture the audio of that, it's part of the footage. You don't want to kill that. That's fine. Another way to do that would be to play it in real speed, and so you get the full effect of the audio, and then play right behind that a slow-mo and change that audio, or keep it, either way. But there might be a time or two where you would keep the audio. I've done it, I think, a time or two. Usually when I lost a fish and I'm saying something that is probably should be edited out altogether, but I've done it. Cecilia, I might have to work on that for my next fishing video. But yeah, man, editing is huge. I think it's how you improve your metrics. Your watch retention is huge, especially, you know, when early on I talked about I try to keep my videos short, you know, 6 to 10 minutes. Growing with Hudson, welcome in. Because oh yeah, coming over from MB Heritage Farms, I appreciate that. Appreciate the support for sure. Those are great folks. Now, what was I rambling on about? Something about editing can take you to the next level. Oh, it's about watch retention. I keep my videos short, closer to 6 to 10 minutes, because I inherently recognize that I haven't perfected my editing game. Shouldn't say perfected, but improved my editing game to have great watch retention. So I figure people are going to be more inclined to watch a good portion of a 6-minute video that I create as opposed to a 12-minute video that I create. But as I'm improving my editing skills, I should be improving my watch retention. And as my watch retention is improving, I should be able to make my videos just a little bit longer, 10, 12-minute videos. Hey, Liv Miller Outdoors, I appreciate you stopping in. Appreciate that. Be good. So yeah, and there's also going to be times that a video just isn't going to have enough meat to it, right? Let's say I go out fishing for saugeye and I catch 3 nice saugeye. And I feel like that's enough to put a video together. I can turn 3 nice saugeye into a 6-minute video fairly easily. I cannot turn 3 nice saugeye into a 12-minute video. I just can't come up with enough B-roll and enough footage that's interesting to keep the viewer hooked. You know, sometimes the results of your outing dictate that it'll be a shorter video versus a longer video. Yeah, there was a time when I believed that creating those longer videos, YouTube would push them out more. You better be on your game if you're going to create videos that are 15 minutes or longer, because it's a trick. But then today, in a Facebook group, I realized that there are people that create videos. Well, I don't know if they're videos or live streams. They last forever. They're like 10 hours of long videos. And the target audience is these people's pets. And apparently these videos get thousands of views. I don't know. It's the most bizarre thing in the world to me. I would never consider that my dog would want to have a YouTube video on for 8 hours of the day. But yeah, Ted, I recognize that for monetization and for the ads that you want to have a 7 or 10 minute video, whatever, 8 to 10 minute video. I recognize that. But being the lowly 950 subs guy that I am, I have not had to worry about that. Okay. Negative 101 with editing. Yeah, I mean, you learn a little bit here and you learn a little bit there. I just recently learned how to improve my text, my on-screen text. I used to just put a block text on the screen and leave it, and that was it. You know, it would have a duration of whatever I wanted it to be, 8 seconds or 12 seconds or whatever. But I've learned that I can animate that text. I can make it drop down in and hit the screen, or I can make the letters spin, and I can make the letters come in sequence. I mean, you know, I had fun learning that. But it's a way of creating something visually appealing as opposed to just red letters on the screen. Yeah, I think 10 minutes is a kind of the most popular duration. I've had videos that were longer just because I captured so much interesting footage. I'll give you an example. I did that hike up at the Ledges Trail, which my B-roll game was terrible when I went up there, and I wish it was what it is today. When I went up there, I'd have put together a much better video. But because I saw so much cool stuff and captured footage of so much cool stuff, I think that's an 18-minute video. And I cut and cut and cut and cut and cut. When that video was first done, I think it was 29 minutes long. And I cut it down. I just kept cutting stuff out. and cut it down to like 18 minutes. I didn't feel like I could cut it down anymore because I wanted that stuff that's in it is so interesting, or I thought it was so interesting that I couldn't make that video less than 18 minutes. I mean, I could have, but I'd have just wiped a lot of the good footage out of it. That's a very interesting question. I don't know what mine is for my channel. I know that my bad videos, it's 20 or so, and my decent videos, it's around 30 to 34%, and then my good videos that do well, it's closer to 48%. I don't know. I'm probably a bad example. Yeah, I knew it was 8 or 10 somewhere in there. Ted said it was 7, but I think you're right, Greg. It's closer to 8 to 10 minutes. Okay. Okay. MB Heritage Farms, welcome in. It's good to see you. Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. I understand, man. Life is busy, family is busy, kids, and all that fun stuff. Busy, busy, busy. Average view duration of 510. I don't think I'm anywhere near that. I guess I could take a peek. That's my thing gonna play. That's not good. You got me curious now. Let me just take a peek. I have a pretty decent average, whatever. Are you talking like lifetime? Jeez, I don't know. Total. 5 minutes and 30 seconds. But my average percent viewed is 31 across my entire channel. Oh, wait. No, that's the last. I'm sorry. That's the last 28 days. My bad. My bad. The average view duration goes down. Lifetime average view duration is 405. I'll go ahead and type that. And 35.7 is my percent. Is that right? Double check that. 35. I said 45. 35. I'm pumping it up a little bit. It's 35.7. Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Yours is 510, mine's 405. I mean, that's not terribly ridiculously far off. I think you have a little bit better success as a fisherman than I do. Also, I think your channel is a little bit more niche specific. Um, my channel, it's a little bit more broad. I do fishing, hunting, hiking, kayaking, product reviews. I'm a little bit all over the place, and I think that at times has hurt me. I think at times YouTube struggles with who to push my videos out to. What are you going to do? I went to, let me back up here. I mean, it's right there. When you go into channel analytics on the overview page, scroll to the bottom past all your videos, and you'll see a blue see more. Click on the blue see more, and it's going to give you the last 28 days. So if you change that to lifetime, you're getting a graph, right? There's a color graph. If you go down below the graph, the very first bar says total. So it gives me my total views is 86,788, average view duration 405, and average percent viewed 35.7. Now, if I was tech savvy, I'd be able to show you on the screen what I'm looking at, but actually, you know what? I should be able to do that anyway. Real quick here. I don't know. I'm probably going to booger this up. Oh, you found it? I won't walk you through it then. If you found it, you're at 49. That's a heck of a percent. That's a really strong percent, man. Yeah, Greg, you're all over the place. You've even got shorts ranting about traffic. Driving around in your truck. I know a lot of the homestead channels are they're kind of broad too. They're covering livestock, and they're covering gardening, and they're covering cooking and recipes, and they're covering DIY projects. It's the more broad your channel is, I think the less, the more gradual your climb is, right? Whereas if you're super niche specific, you're going to have I'm probably doing this right. You're going to have a much steeper climb. That's just kind of the game that YouTube is. Wow, that's pretty awesome. That's awesome. I'm learning that product reviews can do really, really well. Really, really well. I don't enjoy putting them together. I much prefer taking my gear outside, catching some fish, shoot, deer scouting, deer hunting, whatever. I'd rather be outside doing, as opposed to just, talking about a product. And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's useful and it's helpful. I especially like product reviews where somebody has experience with it and can tell me about it. I'm not a fan of unboxings. The only unboxing that I have ever done on my channel was of my brand new outboard motor. Because how often do you get to buy a brand new outboard motor? There's Adam, Freezer Bound Outdoors. Welcome in, bud. Hey, I'm pushing it. I'm pushing it hard, Adam. If you and the guys want to run the playlist, I'm down about 350 hours. If you guys want to kick that out and run that a few times, I'd appreciate that, man. I generally don't like to ask for much, but if I hit that magic number, I'd hate to be sitting around waiting on 300 hours. So any help is much, much appreciated. And that really goes to anyone. If you feel like kicking out that playlist, let it run overnight or whatever, I'd appreciate that. I hope YouTube doesn't audit my live stream and say, hey, he cheated. Ain't supposed to tell him to run the playlist. I probably could have sent you a message on Facebook or something else. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Bayou Buck is in the house. Welcome in. We got 19 in the house. Wow, this is fantastic. Steve from Wyoming. Popping on in. I hope you're doing well tonight. Just talking about what we like or don't like on video editing. It's, I had mentioned product reviews and that they can be really, 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 really good for generating views, but I find that they're a little bit tedious to put together. It's just not as fun to create, to go out and film your fishing adventure, or to go out and film your homestead. You want to share your livestock. You want to share your knowledge of your gardening expertise, all those things. Those are the fun videos to put together. But to sit and talk about an action camera, the pros and the cons, it can be a little bit tedious. It can be a little bit tedious. What was that? 12 views from Nigeria. I don't think I've ever had any views from Nigeria. Wow. Good stuff, brother. Looking forward to it. For those that don't know, Freezer Bound Outdoors is in the Clarion, Pennsylvania area. And last year they hosted a YouTube Creators Rendezvous. And it was a lot of fun. My son and I went up there and we camped and had a good time. And they're going to try to make that an annual event. So we will be looking forward to that again this May. That should be a good time. Yeah, Creek Crawler. I don't know if you knew, but Woman Outdoors is another Ohioan. She's up in Northeast Ohio. Yeah, Ben rocks. Yeah, he's a pretty good kid. Your boys rock too, my man. You got some good kiddos. Click-through rate, lifetime. Geez, I probably got to get over here to reach. Lifetime 5.5. Go ahead and put that. 5.5 on the click-through rate. Oh, you're in PA. I thought you were in Northeast Ohio. Oh, my bad. I could have swore you were in Northeast Ohio. My bad. I apologize. Did I see Mark calling him out, but I don't see him in the... Oh, there it is. Yeah, Coyote Whacker. Welcome in. Welcome in. That's awesome, Local Life. 15-inch slab. That's a heck of a crappie. 2 thumbs up for that. Wow. That is fantastic. You know, I think shed hunting for antlers and stuff is hot right now too, because I put out a shed hunting video, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and it's already got 800 views. And the predominant, it's predominantly getting them through search. It's rocking it out via search. People are searching out the shed hunting videos right now. So if that's something that you do, you might want to kick a video out, shed hunting 2022, because people are searching that big time right now. Adam, that might be a good one for you and your guys to get out and track down some sheds. All right, Adam. Have a good night at work. Thanks for popping in. I don't have a whole lot more on video editing. I'm still learning. I'm still trying to perfect that craft. Identify scene sequences and appropriate use of scene cuts. I do like my new camera, and I finally got a good Rode mic on top of it, and my camera is so noisy with its image stabilization and its autofocus. It's got kind of a constant whir to it that even with the Rode mic on top of the camera, it was still picking up the some of that noise. So I bought a little extender for like $12. So now hang on, this would be great. So there's the new, I gotta get that comment off there. There's the new setup. The mirrorless camera with the Rode mic and the mouse on top. So now I want to set that play switch. I'm not going to knock it over. Yeah, creek crawler. I think one thing that's helping my shed hunting video is that I put 2022 in the title. People are searching shed hunting 2022, and that's what's triggering it to come up. And I feel like my title and thumbnail game are there. Again, search is huge for my channel. The vast majority of my videos are, when I look at the discovery analytics, like how are people finding my video, the reach or whatever, what's the biggest reach for it? It's almost always predominantly search. It's almost predominantly search. And so I've learned that titles is key to that. And then my thumbnails, my biggest thing with thumbnails is I'm looking for either 2 or 3 focal points. I want to draw the eyes to 2 or 3 points. The words, the picture, that's it. You don't want to have a bunch of words. You don't want to have a bunch of different pictures crowded in there. You want 2 or 3 focal points. And one thing that I changed in the last, say, 3-4 months with my thumbnails is I want what few words that I put on my thumbnails, I want high contrast. I've even gone so far as to just put a white box over the background and put black lettering or whatever. I want the words to be high contrast, super visible. Oh hell, we need to name that. Oh, you mean the camera? I don't know. We could call it Bugs Bunny's tail. I don't know. You come up with something clever. I have no idea. Yeah, there about 4 weeks ago, I was thinking about doing a product review of either my hunting stand, my climber, or something else that was hunting related. And I went, whoa, I can't do that because the hunting season's over for most of our geographical area, the Midwest and even the Northeast. Most of the hunting seasons are over. People aren't going to be searching that out this time of year. I'll save that for, next late end of summer, early fall, or something like that. Thumbnails is, to me, thumbnail is the easiest thing to do. I feel I can usually throw a thumbnail together in 20 or 30 minutes. Less is more when it comes to a thumbnail. Yeah, that's a good point, Cecilia. They are giving away some awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. And I think, isn't there going to be like 10 or 12 winners? Because that contest has grown so much and it's gotten so huge. There's going to be like 10 or 12 winners. I think I missed some folks exiting, but that's all right. Oh, Steve, this was it was oh, what was it? $760. I had some Amazon gift cards that I got for Christmas though, so it only cost me like $570 out of my pocket. But I think it was right around $760, $770, something like that. They call it a bridge camera. It's got a lens that it's got a zoom lens, so it zooms out to 400 millimeters, or the equivalent of now I can't remember what the equivalent X factor zoom is, but anyway, it's got a 1-inch sensor. It's a camera that I wanted it to do several things. One is I wanted to dabble in wildlife photography. So with that zoom lens and that 1-inch sensor, I'm going to be able to get some good sharp images of wildlife. And then I obviously wanted to use it for my YouTube channel. It's going to be kind of my primary camera for anything I would film indoors. Like I did my product review using that camera. When I do get out into the field, my B-roll, I'll use that camera. And when I'm hunting, because it has the zoom, if a deer is 40 yards away, I can zoom it in and you can see it on the screen. If you use an action camera, a deer that is 40 yards away looks like a cat halfway across a football field. I mean, it's tiny. Okay, 10 winners. Okay. I may have misspoke on that. $2,500 in prizes. Wow. That's another good point. Local life outdoors. I wanted a camera that was going to work well in low light, and this one, the reviews say it works great in low light. I haven't really tested that and played with that. I think it's going to really be heavily dependent on getting the focus right. I don't know if I would leave the autofocus on. I have found when I'm filming during daylight, if I can leave the autofocus on. If I turn it off, things get wonky. So now I'm wondering, when I go to film in low light, if I take that continuous autofocus off, is it going to get wonky? I obviously have to play with it and get that perfected before next hunting season. So I don't know what this is, but I don't trust that. That just looked wrong right from the start. I'll give you this. It's a Panasonic FC 1000. There's a couple other letters in there, but if you Google Panasonic FZ 1000, you'll get that. It'll show you that camera. Let's see. It's a Lumix. You want the Lumix in there. The DMC is what I forgot. I mean, I guess I could type this like 700 times and DMC FZ 1000. Really, if you just do the Panasonic Lumix FZ 1000, you'll get it. But you know, that's the camera. It does have a flip out. I need to get that off there. It does have the flip out screen, so that's really helpful when I stick the camera on a tripod and I want to make sure that I'm in the viewfinder. That's super, super helpful. Yeah, it's got a lot. It does film in 4K. It's got a lot of different color settings for both the video and the photography. I mean, if you do your research on this thing, I think you're going to find that it's pretty awesome. I don't know if it's the best camera out there, but for what I wanted a camera to do, I wanted to dabble in wildlife photography and get my foot in the door with that stuff. And I wanted something that would also film hunting because of its zoom factor. And it's supposed to work really well in low light. And then, you know, also do some vlogging and some stuff around the house and some B-roll. It's going to do everything I want it to do and do it really, really well. Is it the best photography camera? Probably not. Is it the best zoom camera? Probably not. Is it the best YouTube vlogging camera? I don't know. But it's a camera that does all of those things really well. It's a great all-around camera. That's what I was striving for. Yeah, definitely check into it. I think I did look up some YouTube videos where they showed footage of them using the camera at night and what the footage looked like. So, you know, I thought it looked pretty good. That helped me make my decision. Hey, Mark, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Gosh, is it 10 o'clock already? Heath from Frontier Survival popping in. Appreciate it, buddy. I don't know if it'll do it. I just don't. I can hear it, but I don't think I can get my laptop to hear it. I don't even know where the mic is on my laptop. Hang on, I got to make sure I don't have any YouTube windows open. I'm going to turn my thing up. I don't even know if it's. Can you guys hear that? I mean, this is great live stream where you just got a camera stuck over the laptop camera. I mean, I'm holding the camera at arm's length and I can hear the motors. Just barely, but I can hear them. Anyway. Yeah, that's what I did with my old camera, John. I would, that's exactly what I did. I picked a point 100 yards away and I put it on manual focus and I got that focused in. And then I knew everything from that point in would be in focus. I just haven't, I got to play with it. I just haven't played with it a whole lot. Yep. Well, I think we've covered an awful lot of video editing topics. Does anyone else have something that's a pet peeve of theirs, or something they really like when they're watching a video? They think it's a cool editing effect or something? No, I haven't heard from Boxy for a while. I figured he was just busy. He does get busy at times. I hope he's all right. Well, I have rambled on. It's well beyond 10 o'clock. James. I left the door wide open for that one. Nice. Yeah, she catches the fish and he does the editing. Every once in a while, John will put it on her. Every once in a while, John will get it dialed in. Yep. And I like when she's always says, fishing is fun. Because it is. That's why we do it, right? All right, Steve. Thanks for stopping in. You're not going to miss anything. We're about to wrap it all up. So thanks, James. I appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, I rambled on for over an hour and a half. I usually go an hour, but pushing for the hours and kind of taking it just a little bit longer. But yeah, I mean, a lot of folks have dropped off. I appreciate all the support. You know, the channel is growing, my community is growing, and I genuinely appreciate all of you coming in and hanging out for a little while on your Wednesday nights. I appreciate it. Thank you for the support. I'll circle it back around to you guys' channels. And as always, thanks for watching.